Mr. President, I would like to ask a follow-up to what you said. Armenia's arms race and the serious attempts to arm Armenia by some countries and forces certainly pose a serious threat to the security of the region. However, there is another issue that interests and worries us: the issue of our Great Return and reconstruction. Will these developments not hinder our Great Return? Will it not be delayed?
Of course, it does hinder it to a certain extent, because a lot of money is allocated for military and security issues. If it were not for Armenia's armament policy, I can say that not 8.4, but perhaps 4 billion manats would have been enough for military and security issues, if we were not facing a potential threat. Therefore, of course, a part of this money would have gone to the restoration of Karabakh, a part would have gone to the development of other regions, and a part would have gone to social programs. However, despite this, the restoration of Karabakh and East Zangezur is one of the most important priorities for us, along with military issues. Next year, at least 4 billion manats will be allocated, but I think we can mobilize more. We have managed to return former IDPs to 10 settlements in 3 years, and this has already been reported in the media. More than 10,000 IDPs have already been provided with houses and are living there. In total, about 30,000 people live there and work in various positions, in construction, state affairs, and other areas. Our plans for next year are to return former IDPs to about 20 more settlements. The names of those cities and villages have already been selected, and projects are underway. Construction work is currently underway in many villages and cities, and by the end of this year, former IDPs will be settled in about 30 settlements. We will probably complete the main infrastructure projects in a year or two. Most of the funds are going to these projects, because more than 60 kilometers of tunnels, bridges, power plants, and reservoirs are under construction. We have already launched more than 30 hydroelectric power plants there, built railways. So, all this is the main financial burden. In about 2 to 3 years, the main infrastructure projects will be completed, and then even more will be channeled into the creation of the housing stock. But still, if we look at world history, we will see that no country that suffered from occupation and destruction has restored its territories at this pace and with this quality. So, we are showing both professionalism and a very serious approach here. It is not just about financial resources. That is, there may be resources, but you must have human potential. We have also invested heavily in personnel training in recent years, and our technical capabilities are also extensive. Most of the work carried out there is done by Azerbaijani companies. Turkish companies are in second place. They are mostly involved in tunnels, bridges, and railway projects. So, we have very serious technical potential, human potential, financial resources, and a well-thought-out policy. I must also note that the design and construction of all settlements meet the highest standards. Now, you can look at any settlement and see how comfortable the houses are, whether they are apartments or private houses, along with all the infrastructure and workplaces. 2 industrial parks are already operating. Notice that the products of the industrial park created in the city of Agdam are now exported abroad. The city was destroyed, but industrial enterprises are already operating here and exporting products abroad. I said immediately after the war that we would turn Karabakh into a paradise. In fact, this place is already a paradise due to its natural structure and beauty. But with modern infrastructure, residential areas, workplaces, and comfort, this place will truly become one of the most beautiful places in the world. This is a very large geography, both Karabakh and East Zangezur, and at the same time, the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic, which is not so far from it, should become a single large space in terms of economy, social, green energy, and security. While these are 3 regions in our geography, at the same time, these historically interconnected regions are currently developing on the basis of a single concept. For example, this year, we are also starting to prepare the master plans of the cities of Nakhchivan and Ordubad. In the following years, we will start preparing the master plans of other cities in the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic. All settlements in Karabakh and East Zangezur are built based on a single master plan. This will serve as an example. Then we will apply this to other regions of our country. So governance, infrastructure, and green energy projects, they will cover the entire country. These are our plans. I can, of course, speak in more detail, but I will limit myself to giving general figures, given the time constraints. But I think that Azerbaijani television and other media are covering the processes taking place there sufficiently. Of course, I would like them to cover them even more, because something changes there every day. Something is built every day, and former RIDPs return there every week. Therefore, the more our media are interested in the processes taking place in that region and cover them, the better it will be.